Okay, and the tires died. For some reason, the tires buckled.
Oh, no, it looks like TwinTurBros didn't watch my previous video. Literally like a week ago, I went over how I had that exact same front wheel issue. Oh my god, the front wheels are having a problem. Literally, about a week beforehand, I went over how I had that same exact issue. So I'm going to try to compete with them and also do another thing that I wanted to do, which is actually use this body myself. I just didn't get around to it before they did. Anyway, this is what we have got here. This big tank-looking like thing. This thing is ginormous. It's 4.11 meters long. The only other vehicles that are this long are like big four-wheel drive American truck type things. Anyway, we're gonna go with a heavier vehicle than theirs. We're not going so much for that 3.2 kilometer thing that they went for. We're just going for the pure top speed of it all. Then we're gonna go with the monocoque. We're gonna make it out of steel, and then a mid-longitudinal. And then this is the big thing that we're going to do differently. We're going to go with a solid axle coil and, well, whatever suspension I want in the rear. The rear doesn't matter. It's the front that matters the most here. And then full quality. An inline 16-cylinder cast iron. Make this thing as big and heavy as possible to help with that traction. Forged. High quality. Honestly, there's not a whole lot that we're actually doing different from TwinTurBros. Just the idea that we are going for a little bit of a better suspension setup, basically. We're also not going for the same amount of power they made. I think they made 2,300 horsepower. Let me check that. Yeah, so 1,700 kilowatts is what we're aiming for, and we're at almost 1,600 kilowatts, so we're like 130 kilowatts away. But it doesn't really matter because we have the better wheel setup than they have. Or 1,640. That'll do. Then let's give our valve cover our patented racing yellow. The one that we love oh so much over here on Philman 86. Oh, that looks good. All right, let's move along and give this engine a bit of a listen, shall we? And none of this graph stuff, they wouldn't have had that back in the day. They would have just had this style and this gorgeous sound. That is a good sounding engine. Now on to styling. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, we can't make that flat nose the way we want it to be. So we're just going to stretch that out as much as possible for now, and then stretch that out as much as possible. And yep, no, that's all like. Oh wait, hold on, nope. There's a little bit. Ah, yes, nice and streamlined. Yeah, there's nothing else on this body. And I've been wanting to use this body for a while. It just, yeah, hasn't come to fruition yet. But now I've got a reason to do it. So we're going to go with a manual, a 5-speed, and increase that top speed. 700 kilometers an hour. So if we're looking at paper, that's already faster than theirs. But I doubt we're going to go that fast. Quality spam, absolutely everything. We're going to go with a crossblade to make sure our tires don't pop either. And then we're going to go with a medium long life, increase the quality, and leave it as a steel wheel. We also don't care too particularly much about how wide our front tires are, because they are not giving us traction. And to help with that steering issue that they said they were having.
Well, this body actually can't turn at all. I'll show you guys in a second, but it can't turn. If you look at it from the front here.
Yeah, we're going to make our wheels wider, or more offset, or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully help out with that. Moving along, solid discs, 2-piston and really heavy, and 2 pistons again, really heavy. Semi-clad, braking airflow can stay where it is for now. I'm not sure about the engine cooling though. I don't want that too low. I don't know how they were able to run it for such a large number. It seems like it would just have an issue. And then heavy interior and low quality to make sure it's even heavier. Hydraulic, heavy, and super heavy. Progressive, and we're going to select this to race for now. We have quite a heavy vehicle. This is 3,600 kilos, which is somewhere in the vicinity of like 7 to 7,500 pounds. Something like that. Yeah, quite the heavy car. And I'm guessing pop tires? Yep, front tires blow out because they're too narrow. That's absolutely fine by me. When will they stop blowing out? We could actually test to see if this does actually blow out in BeamNG, but for now, we don't care particularly too much. That is the weirdest graph ever. Drivetrain. Oh, it doesn't say we can go very fast. Estimated speed, 625. We'll see how it goes anyway. If we have to edit the drive ratio or anything like that, we will do that later. Well, let's go ahead and give it a design then. What color do we want? I know that this is meant to be a red bird, but I'm gonna make it a black bird. I really want something just nice and... ooh. That looks intimidating. I love it. And we'll make this black as well. And let's go ahead and start doing some designing. So the first thing that we're going to do on design is the most important thing. And that's the novelty number plate. Oh, okay. I see that they have issues with their UV mesh unwrapping, which is what this is causing. If you guys are having this issue, I would suggest going and checking out my latest stream that I just did. I do go over this a little bit and it will help clear up these sorts of issues. But just in general, if you guys like this sort of content, I would like to ask you to subscribe. Yes, anyway, we got our novelty number plate on here, and then we're going to fill this in to make sure that we still have good aerodynamics over it by putting in a little bit of a patch on there, and then making sure that it's glass colored. Then you make it translucent. There you go. Look at that. Got a number plate. Got our open cabin area, which, that's glitching out a little bit. Anyway, we're good. Is that as low as the car goes? Yes, it is. Ah, well, that's the price of having the right sort of suspension for this. Let's go ahead and make our wheels more aerodynamic as well. Yeah, much better. What color do we make these? Yep. That makes sense. That copies. That reads. All right. We could go with like a split color or anything like that, but I think we're fairly good for now. Ooh. Nice golden wheel arches. I like it a lot. Yeah, and there's not a whole lot to be done here, but we are going to fix the one thing that TwinTurBros had that I think needed to be fixed. There we go. That's the solution we were looking for. All right, what else is there to do? We could stick some ventilation along the top there and fix this old school design flaw. I'm not actually sure if it is a design flaw. Maybe that's more of a handling issue as to why you would want ventilation out of here, but whatever. I'm gonna make this at least a little bit unique to stand out from TwinTurBros. Otherwise, I'll just be forgotten in the wash of YouTubers. Nice, good, okay. Rear tires are absolutely fine. Oh yeah, hold on. There we go. We got our number plate on the back there. Let's go ahead and stick some exhaust in, and then we should be good. Now, I know this doesn't exactly match the style, but I think we're absolutely fine as long as we change this being back to a normal color. I like it. We're good. I think... You know what, actually, no. We're going to make that out of a steel thing, so then, like, the paint doesn't, like, peel and crack off, if you know what I mean. Is there anything else really to do? I think we're good. You know what? No, I don't actually like the color of these wheels. Let's make them... something that's a little bit more photo-friendly. Wait, why don't I just copy my previous body design? Yeah, we'll just go yellow and light baby blue. There we go. Yeah, why didn't I do that in the first place? Brand consistency. That's what we're going for here, right? I like it. I like it a lot. Except the wheels went back to their color. Okay. Are we good? I think we're mostly good. All we need to do now is just give it a name. There we go. Film 96 beats, right? Sounds good to me. Hey! I'm gonna cop a lot of flack for that. Whilst checking out Rye's video, I think maybe they did watch my video because they did choose the same blue color as I had, and now I'm realizing that I've come to the prom wearing the same dress, and this is a fashion disaster. Oh dear. But screw it, whatever. We're going to see what we could do. So, the first 3.2 miles was about 530 kilometers an hour, and we're going to do that one on the Bonneville Salt Flats. So let's get up a trip meter, stick that down here, and then our airspeed gauge thing. So, 2.3 kilometers an hour. Let's get this thing up to speed. Oh, God, our steering is inverted. Okay, shite. This should fix the issue. I don't know exactly if it will, but it should. Now, a lot of the steering issues that these cars have is because the aspect ratio of the car is too narrow. Let's see if that fixes the issue for us. Well, maybe. Our steering is now fixed. Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's get this up to our speed that we want in less than 3.2 kilometers. Oh, okay. This is quite tricky to drive. Quite very tricky to drive. We have to feather that throttle considerably to keep it under control. And we're at 1 kilometer now. And, oh, this thing is quite touchy still. 1.4, 1.6, 1.7. Oh, we are not going to be able to do this. We're at 2 kilometers. We only got 1 kilometer left to go 540. 2.8, 2.9, 3.1, 3.2. Oh, no. We are about 60 kilometers an hour short. That is unfortunate. This doesn't bode well for our top speed. But let's see how fast we can go on the Bonneville Salt Flats before this thing completely gives up the ghost. Oh, we do not have a lot of traction. But now we've gone the speed that we need, only in double the amount of distance. Yay! But our speed gaining is actually doing pretty well. We're in top gear, and we're going about 600 kilometers an hour. I think he was like 730 kilometers an hour, but there, top speed. So, yeah, oh, okay, yeah, we got a little bit of a traction issue. Oh, and our rear tires are doing the thing that the front tires did. So we might have to switch to a front engine. Oh, that sucks. So, front engine time. Front engine longitudinal, and then we're going to go with a solid axle coil in the front as well. Has that hurt our steering height? No, it has not. Good. Okay. Drivetrain is still fine. Let's just reselect everything to make sure it's all good. Now for our wheels. It seems that our front tires are blowing out, unfortunately. Let's go to radials. Let's see if that fixes the issue. Oh, that did fix the issue, but then they popped immediately. Crossplay? Okay, crossplay still works. Do I stay with crossplay? I think we're fine to stay with crossplay. Oh, we got rid of the colored wheels. Come on. We can't have that standing. Why does this keep having an issue of like switching colors of wheels? Specifically, just the wheels. Much better. Okay, let's see what sort of top speed we can get to now. Now, we should also be dealing with considerably less oversteer since the weight is not over the rear tires. We are getting so much wheel spin now that we don't have the weight over the rear tires. Oh, please. Okay, second gear. We might start controlling the gearbox manually so then we can deal a little bit easier with wheel spin. But we are doing okay now. I doubt we've done 12.5 kilometers already. We've only just taken off. Or maybe that's judged upon like how much wheel spin we got and I just got way too much wheel spin. We're at 360. We're at 400. Now we are 400. Yes, good. Let's just try maybe skipping up to the top speed. Oh, it seems that even with our better suspension, the front tires are still wanting to warp considerably. What is up with that? That is weird. That's not how that's meant to go. And we've lost a tire. Entirely! God, we lost an entire tire. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, God. Okay, it seems that we hit some sort of like air barrier, like 550, that causes the car to go weird. Oh, wait, you know what? I think the wheels doing that weird thing is actually some sort of like steering input causes it to morph horrendously. Yeah, it seems that we're hitting some sort of like speed dam thing that's quite sucky. I'm not entirely sure how one might fix it. That is so peculiar. And we can't go over 550 kilometers an hour in this car body. That is so weird. How do I fix this? Maybe I go with better wheels and tires. So, radials? And then make sure they don't pop. So we're gonna make the tires a bit bigger. Let's make them 2 5.5s on the rear. So that is quite big, but hopefully that'll help us. And we're gonna offset it a lot as well. And I don't care about steering, so maybe now let's stick these tires back in to where they belong. Please, wheels, stay the same color when I export you. Okay. Let's try this again. We do have steering, but it's inverse, so that sucks. Let's slowly get this thing... Oh, we can actually go a lot harder to get up to top speed now. Hold on. Let's see if now we can maybe do the speed thing that they did. A little bit of wheel spin, that's fine. Get it up a little bit faster. And then let's push hard. Get all the way up to the speed that we want. It's hard to tell when I'm getting wheel spin or not. This is very quiet. Oh, okay, yep. We're not even at 1 kilometer an hour, and we are about halfway there. I think now we should be able to get closer to Rise speed when he was at 3.2 kilometers. So 2.1 so far, and we're in the 400s. No, I don't think we're going to quite make what Rye did. It's about exactly the same, honestly. Frick. Well, let's keep going. Let's see what sort of top speed we can get now. We have gone well past the last speed barrier, and we're now at 600 kilometers an hour. Okay. Oh, get a little bit of a slippery. It's just really changed the time in which we got our thing. Oh dear. Okay, well, bugger. Screw it. Let's go ahead and make these front tires really narrow, because I think that does help with steering. We found that last time. Remember when I offset the rear tires considerably and then underset the front? And then we're going to make these rear tires much bigger. Hopefully that'll help. 335s, let's give it a try. All right, let's try this out. We're going to try to go for our speed again. And what is our steering? Okay, we do actually still have steering. And it's not inverse this time. Very peculiar. Okay, can we just drive in a straight line, please? Oh, basically no wheel spin at all. Nice. And it is staying straight on its own accord. So we're doing pretty well. We're not even a kilometer in and we are going well faster now. Oh, we are still shy by 40 kilometers an hour. But let's try our top speed again. We could be here a while. Do you guys want to get yourself a cup of coffee or something and then come back later? We're getting a small amount of a death wobble. I can see it is ever so faint, but if you have a look at the wheel weights, you can see that it's listing a little bit to the right. But we're still doing well. We're nearly at 700 kilometers an hour, and our temperatures are really low as well. Okay. We started to lose a little bit of control. That's fine. We're still holding in. Let's just readjust that steering just a little bit to the left. See if that fixes our steering issue here. Oh, please. Please don't go shit on me. What if I go like full left? Still doesn't seem to want to help us and we're losing speed. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, God. Okay. Letting go of the steering has set us into a bit of a death spin here. Oh, God. So I think we're going to go in and just decimate our cooling system all the way down. And, do we put on any sort of aero? Maybe. Let's just try it with the cooling system off first. It's exactly the same airspeed at 3.2 kilometers an hour, so we haven't gained any advantage there. But now we're into the long haul of 5th gear and seeing if that changes anything. 660, nearly at 700. We're getting a little bit of a lift. Let's see if we can straighten that out. No, we can't. Okay, that's a dramatic list. We're in a bit of a tank slapper now, but we're going nearly 700 kilometers an hour. We're only about 50 kilometers an hour off of their time. And I've only been going for 45 minutes, unlike their apparently really long build. And I think also maybe we're running into a bit of an issue with gearing. Oh, I think we got a gearing and traction issue because I'm actually getting wheel spin. Notice that we're going like 720, but our airspeed is only staying at about 40 kilometers an hour slower. All right, yeah, we're gonna have to go bigger rear tires, even though that will create more drag. So we're gonna turn these up to like 375s, maybe that should do it. And I think having a higher RPM will help us. See, as you can see here, it's actually limited to about 700 kilometers an hour anyway. So more RPM will help there. Problem is we're going to be losing a little bit of power because we have to reduce our engine capacity to be able to help with this extra limit. So setting this up to like maybe 10,000 RPM. Oh, yeah, we haven't had to reduce much at all. Our power's basically the same. We're having a bit of problem with valve float though, and as you can see here, we can't really do much more about that. If worse comes to worse, we will just edit that J-beam final drive ratio. Let's try the 3.2 kilometer testing now. Oh, 4 kilometers an hour faster. Interesting, less power, but more total top speed. But only a smidge. We're kind of about where we started to limit out last time, and yes, we are listing a little bit to the weight on the left side compared to the right side, but we're at 690, and I think we have the traction required to push through now. Yes, 700, nicely done. Oh, and we're listing. How do we... No, that's the wrong way. I turned the wrong way. Okay, let's give a little bit of rudder input, and we should be good. Oh, the thing's wavering considerably. Oh, let's try to smoothen this out and see if we can't get this to work the way we want it to. Come on, come on, come on. And we still don't have an engine overheating issue. That's pretty cool. Why is it wavering so much? Just go one way more than the other. Come on. Oh, dear God. Okay, well, we do have that other solution as well. I don't know if you remember this, but we had a front tow out on the front, which was, I believe, like 100% minus or something like that. I'm not sure. It seems to have made it a little bit worse, as now we're listing even more to the one side. And if I try to countersteer, the thing bobbles considerably. Wait, hold on. Oh, I think we've hit a sweet spot. Going 660. All right, let's see how much further we can go here. Wow, this thing just, yeah, it seems to be like hitting an air wall. This thing is just really, really not being able to push past here. I wonder if just like the biggest, fattest rear tires will fix this issue. Ooh, we are stable. It's listing only a small amount, but we're getting at 690. Nearly at 700, where the power of this thing is really dropping out. This thing, yeah, could do with a little bit better gearing than what it currently has. But we are starting to max out. Yeah, the valve float on this thing at this point is starting to get a little bit real. I think we're somewhere around 4% valve float at this sort of RPM. And yep, our list is incredible. Okay, can we counteract that list a little bit? But then it does this weird wobble back and forth. Oh, I think if we had a better final drive gear ratio, this would be under control. So I think it's time for us to finally give in and do that control. Actually, instead, we decided to go with a narrower tire, but use a stickier slicks type compound, which will mean that the tires at the front get more traction, which will sap away a little bit more power, but already we're about the same sort of speed. I wonder if we don't need to increase the gearing and we can just get away with what we're doing currently. No, okay, hold on. Oh, we're getting a lot more tail fishing than what I was hoping for. I don't know why that's happening. Let's slow down a little bit, take the power off of it, and see if we can't bring this fishtailing under control. All right, maybe we will try just a smidgen bit of aero. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me beat Rye. I can't have anybody do anything on YouTube and say that they are the most of anything without me butting in. You know, apart from those videos. Things are seeming fairly stable. We've got a little bit of a list going on to the left side, but I think we are good. We're nearly at 700. Oh, no, we're starting to do it again. Okay, hold on. Let's just touch that steering a little bit. Oh, it doesn't seem to be fixing it. What happens if we just let it list, maybe? Maybe stop trying to fight it quite so much. Will we actually go around? Oh god, can you please? It's like it's bouncing off of it now. Stop being such a shit. Yep, nah. This little bit of annoyance is not going to let us go. But you can see here that our wheel speed is closer to what we actually want. I think maybe if we increase our anti-roll bars, that'll help. I think we also don't need quite as much power, so maybe if we drop our capacity some more, we can get more RPMs. We'll be dealing with a lot less power, but I think we can deal with that still anyway. And we are at 690, we're only listing a little bit. Oh, no, just as I say that, we start listing considerably. And are we going to get the flippity-flop back and forth? It looks like we are going to get the flippity-flop back and forth. Can I try to control it with a bit of steering? Not by the looks of it. Alright, let's play with this wing some more.
One eternity later.
Well, scratch everything. I was able to go 728 so far by just putting on really thick Chungus rear tires. That's all I did. I made the tires smaller, which would mean that they would blow out, but they haven't blown out yet, so that's not an issue. Oh yeah, also, I put these extra bits on here to clean up the mesh a little bit, which that has worked. So let's just go beat Rye's time. I mean, I'm already actually the same speed as what Rye is going, and I've still got a little bit more to go. Now, I am in valve float territory, so you're going to see here that I'm not gaining speed particularly fast, but we are still gaining speed. And we haven't even gone in and modified our final drive ratio. If we were to add a little bit of extra final drive, this would go probably a good 20 miles an hour faster. Yeah, it looks like we've already hit our limit. So can we... Okay, yeah, no. Weight transference is a bad idea. Okay, let's go in and edit that final drive, which I said I was going to edit a while ago. And we're going to open up the Camso J-Beam after we've, you know, unpacked it. And here is where we find gear ratio. We're just going to make that a smidge bit smaller. So let's make that 4.1 as opposed to 4.4. Hopefully that'll give us the final drive ratio that we want. Refresh it and let's go. And here's our final 10 kilometers an hour to see if we do considerably better. It does seem as if, though, we are struggling for power. Maybe we should have gone with a lower RPM and that little bit of extra power, and that would have helped us. But no, we're already going 300 and... Oh, okay, so we did 736 there for a second. Which way are we listing? We're listing a little bit that way. Okay. Can we clean up the trim a little bit on this and get that little bit of extra speed that we wanted? There we go. 739. 40. Okay. Good. We're 12 miles an hour faster than Rye. But, oh, we're getting... Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is getting a little messy now. We reached 740, though. We are faster than Rye. It seems that we can't do this without having just a completely straight vehicle. And getting this thing to go straight is super duper hard. It is a balancing act. It is such a knife edge. And I just can't do it. So 740 seems to be my limit. That's pretty impressive. Actually, let's try one last time. I just want to see if there's a discrepancy between my wheel speed and my air speed, which I didn't check out. It seems that there is maybe a bit of a traction issue here. So I don't think we can go any faster. But as long as we beat Rye, we are happy. So, Rye, the gauntlet has been thrown. Will you pick up said gauntlet? And will you try again? For now, I'll catch you guys next time, especially if you're subscribed because you love me enough to actually subscribe. If you're not subscribed, then why don't you love me? Do you think that I don't deserve more subs? Anyway, for now, I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.